Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you so much for your patience. Unfortunately, due to personal reasons and an unexpected change in my schedule, I had to delay this live stream. I was about to cancel it, but I did want to do a continuous live stream every single day. So I was able to start even if it's later than usual. And so tonight we will be continuing and perhaps finishing the build of the Jango Fett Starship. I'm just going to load up the live chat in a moment. Hello, thank you so much for joining. It's really kind of you to join. So we're going to continue the build with bag 20, and in this building phase, you'll also require this large plastic piece that is protected in this piece of paper right here. So let's put this to the side and open the regular bag first. Oh, and by the way, I did build bag 19 offline, so it was not in this live stream, and it's basically a mirror of bag 18. So all the stuff we did on this side is exactly the same on this side right here. And while I was putting this together, it did fall apart, and I had to reassemble a bunch of things, including this, by the way, just because of the whole thing being very finicky. I'm wondering if it's going to be more stable if you build it with the instructions. That might be the case, but I'm not sure. Because I feel like the core of this is a very solid Technic frame, but then all the other stuff, if you just look at it the wrong way, it's going to fall off right away. So that is a little bit concerning to me. But I will wait till the build is 100% complete before I investigate that in more detail. In bag 20, we will be working in this area right here. All right. And for those of you wondering about the giveaway, yes, it is still happening. I was originally planning on announcing the first winner tonight, but due to an unexpected change in my schedule, I'm no longer able to do that, but it is still happening. It's just going to be later this week, maybe tomorrow or later on, depending on how fast I'm able to go through all the live chats, extract all the participants, etc. So yesterday, I explained how I'm going to do that. You can go back to that live stream. It is now public. You can see the explanation. I will be giving away these three sets for sure, these 3 polybags, to 3 different winners. So it's going to be 3 different people who are going to get these polybags. And then there will be a grand prize, which is a boxed set. Maybe it's going to be this set right here, the Clone Trooper and Battle Droid Battle Pack, which is quite a nice set. You get lots of interesting characters right here, including 4 minifigures, and the build is quite nice as well. This is one possibility, but of course I know most of you are more interested in the limited edition Camino training facility. And this one is if we get to 1,000 subscribers on this channel and stay there. So if the counter reaches 1,000, and it's very close. Last time I checked, it was 992. So only 8 more subscribers to go, either tonight or tomorrow night. If that happens, you can always bring in your friends, your family, people from your Discord server, etc. If that happens, then you will get the chance to win this limited edition prize, which is no longer available on Lego.com. So now, even if you buy $160 worth of stuff, even if you buy this large set, you will no longer get this gift of purchase because the promotional period has ended on May 5th. I'm going to silence my device. Sorry, I forgot to do that earlier. All right, you will no longer hear any vibrations. And I'll turn on the flash just to make it easier to see things. And I will also start the Lego Star Wars, or not Lego Star Wars, but the just Star Wars themed music. After the ads, of course. So let's take a look at this piece actually. I've not seen it in person besides very quickly at the Lego store. Now I'm actually going to be able to look at this piece, and I hope that this protection is going to be sufficient for it. Otherwise, you can always call Lego customer service if things are not to your liking. I'm going to pull it out carefully. And yes, it looks perfect to me. So this is a very nice piece. It's reminiscent of a similar large piece that we have received in previous sets. Actually, the other Boba Fett Starship from 2015. This version is, I guess, a little bit more advanced or a little bit more polished compared to it. And I'm very happy that we got this piece and very happy that it was protected. Yeah, I can think of so many cool things to do with this piece besides just use it here. Like you can flip it like this, and with multiple of them you can create like a greenhouse or something, or make it into a custom vehicle. The possibilities are endless here. You can even put it like this and have a second one and maybe turn it into like a transparent vase for your Lego botanicals. All right. I'm wondering, is this a scratch or just a hair? It's just a hair. Okay, yeah. So I'll set this to the side for now. And in theory, we're supposed to apply stickers to this thing, but I refuse to do that. I will apply the smaller stickers to this piece, for example. And of course, when applying these stickers, make sure to apply them in the correct orientation. You're amazing. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I really appreciate that. Awesome as always. Hello. Yeah, thank you so much. Would it be the final session to build that? I don't know, honestly. So this is bag 20 out of 23. If things go well, maybe we'll be able to finish tonight. I'm not 100% sure because I started a bit later than usual. So I don't know if I'll be able to finish all the bags. This bag does not seem to be too difficult because it's just the cockpit details. One way or another, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to figure it out. And these mechanisms right here should also be not too bad. The wings and the other one is mirrored. And we're gonna have something to add here. Not quite sure what that is or when that will be. And then we have just the stand, and the stand is usually pretty easy as well. So probably we might be able to finish tonight, but I cannot say that for sure. Thank you, Diego. So now that the May the 4th promotion is over, did you buy any Lego Star Wars sets? And did you get any gifts with purchase? Let me know in the chat. For me, I got this plus all the gifts on day one, plus another collection of sets, which I also hope to build without the instructions sometime this month. I was able to get double those promotions. How can I win the giveaway? Monsieur, let us know again, please. So essentially, qualified participants who participated in any of the live chats between day one and the last day, whether it's today or tomorrow. So anyone who sent any message, whether it's one message or 100 messages, it all counts as one participation either way. So I still have it written down from last time I explained it. I'm going to take all the eligible people. So, for example, here, Bob, Jack, and Jill, these are not real usernames, but just hypotheticals. I'm going to remove people like my mom and my boss and anyone else that I know or have a conflict of interest with because they cannot win the giveaway. Then I'm going to rank some of these participants and I'm going to select them randomly for winning the 3 polybags plus the grand prize. So if you sent a message already in any of the previous live chats from day 1 to day 5, you're already in the giveaway if you are eligible. And then, of course, there's geographic restrictions, age restrictions, and restrictions related to YouTube terms of service. Those are already known, but just to recap, you have to be over 18 and you have to be in a certain location of the world where I'm able to ship the gifts with purchase to you. If you're located in Antarctica, for example, where it's going to cost me like $100 to ship you a polybag, then sorry, I won't be able to do it. You can give me like a Canadian address or US address in that case and take it from there if you really want to. So it does turn out that we build these shooters in this building phase also. Wrong piece. So since not a lot of people answered my previous question, let's say if you had the budget for one group of, again, the ad is interrupting me. Let me skip that. So to repeat my question, if you had the budget of, let's say, $160 US or $210 Canadian, and it was still the promotion time, what would you get? What would have you gotten? By the way, I discovered the hard way this is the most stable place to lift this thing. Also, to build some stuff here at the back to cover it up. So this rear hatch would go right here. It's clipped onto place. All right, that's what it looks like. We'll have a better look afterwards. It looks like just these two pieces go here. I think I'll just flip it. Yeah, and these two will activate together. So you move one of them, the other one moves because there's one axle. And here's a better look of the rear that we have just built. Feels a little bit unfinished here, but I'm going to double check that. Yeah, that is what it's supposed to look like. This is gonna fit here. Through the process of elimination, you know that it must be a 1 by 1. There's nothing else that will work there. And this is where that piece will go. Just check one more time. Yeah, looks like it's gonna fit perfectly. So that's good. So if my math was right, this should fit perfectly in with this cockpit right here. Actually, no, it won't, because these technic holes are covered and they should not be covered. So this is raised too high compared to where it needs to be. This needs to be like down below by a lot. Or maybe, yeah, I'll have to think about this more. Just to be clear, we need to be able to attach the windshield like this. So this looks to be a tile and not a plate. Just gonna restart the music after these ads. More ads. Building without the instructions is impressive. Thank you. Thank you. It's took me years to learn how to do this, and I could always improve even more. But yeah, I do appreciate the challenge. You see, this has to be at the level of those pins, like this. I can do it with smaller sets, but something on that scale is crazy. How did you figure out where the Technic parts went? So I looked at the 3D view to understand where each part would go according to each building phase, and the parts that were not visible from the 3D view, I would need to guess them, oftentimes incorrectly, then I have to undo my guess and do it again. So you can watch my progress of this particular set over the past 5 days plus today. And it was not always the Technic that was the most challenging. So for example, this nose right here was deceptively challenging. The way it's attached at like a half stud offset and it studs on the side and you have to get it exactly right. I found this very difficult personally. And then last night, figuring out how to attach this and the mirror equivalent on the other side, that was also not trivial because we're building at several angles here and you have to get it exactly right. And this kept falling apart on me all the time. So I'm happy that this is over, but at the same time, I'm afraid to touch this because if I touch it just a little bit, it might fall off again. Probably if you build it with the instructions, it would be more stable. But even then, I'm not 100% sure. I think I'll finish tonight. Looks like it's almost done. It's possible. This is bag 20 out of 23. Then after this bag, there might be, well, there's 3 more bags after this. I know that for sure. I don't know whether I'll be able to finish them all. So this bag is maybe a little bit challenging because it's hard to see what's going on inside here in great detail, but I've already built some of it and I think it's doable. Bags 21 and 22 are these things on the side, and I don't think they're too hard either. And then bag 23 is a stand. How do you build without the instructions? You eyeball the pictures. So I do rely on the pictures on the box as well as the 3D view that LEGO provides online to basically look at the thing from all the different angles. I think I might be using the wrong piece here because it just doesn't seem to fit. Other than this, are there any smaller pieces? Okay, this part is not clear to me, so when that happens, it's often helpful to set it aside and go build something else. That's going to take up pieces of its own, and eventually I might be able to return to this. Now that I think about it, these pieces here, I don't think they're relevant though. Yeah, we'll have to see. And did I read right? You're giving away the minifigs? So my giveaway is for certain Lego sets and not these particular minifigs, at least not yet. So I will be giving away these 3 polybags to 3 different winners. These are Lego Star Wars polybags I built without the instructions previously. And then there will be also a giveaway of 1 boxed set of the grand prize. So this Clone Trooper and Battle Droid Battle Pack, which has a bunch of minifigures inside of it. But then if this channel gets to 1,000 subscribers and stays there, then there will be this Camino training facility gift with purchase as the grand prize giveaway. And this is the gift with purchase for this set and a bunch of other sets for LEGO Star Wars 2025. And this used to be available on lego.com until yesterday when it sold out. Yeah, it is a cool set. And one of my subscribers might be able to take it home if we get to 1,000 by the end of this build. When will I run the giveaway? I was originally planning on starting it today, but due to delays, I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow. So right now we're at 993, so up 1 since we started the live stream. 7 more to go. And I explained this earlier, so you can rewind to watch how the giveaway works. But basically, whoever comments 1 comment or 100 comments, it doesn't matter as long as you comment at least once. Then I'm going to take the names of the eligible participants and then randomly select from them to get the giveaway winners. Terms and conditions apply, YouTube terms of service, etc., etc. Looks like these all go here. And I remember that this piece in transparent clear was used as a windshield piece for some of the LEGO Creator sets in the past. So imagine like a vehicle that's this tiny and it has this windshield. Now we're using this piece as a detail for a much larger thing. That's impressive to me. Yeah, thank you. I really do hope to get to 1,000 very soon. Oh, wait, this looks cool. Did you do it all without the instructions? Super neat. Yes, I did it all without the instructions, relying only on the pictures of the blocks and the 3D view for each building phase. Now I'm doing building phase 20, which is bag 20 basically. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to put this together, but I might not have done it 100% correct on the inside. So if I just look at this the wrong way, it might fall apart. So I'm being completely honest here, but I'll try not to destroy it between now and the end of the build. I did that earlier today off camera. This whole thing fell apart and I had to put it back together. And every time I put something back together, something else would fall off. I don't know if it's just me or the build is a bit fragile. Hi, Jason. Yeah, I'm having a good night. It's always a good night when I'm building Lego. And thank you so much for joining the live stream. It looks really good though. Do you think you'll rebuild it with instructions? I remember some people saying it was a really sturdy set. I don't plan on rebuilding it all with the instructions, like from scratch. I don't plan on doing that. But when I'm done with the build, I guess I can think about that. Because there's going to be other sets that I want to build at that time, right? And eventually I'm going to need to take this apart to move because I will be moving in the coming weeks. And this is not going to fit in the box. So either I decide to keep it and I wrap it up really well in like plastic and take it with me, or I just take it apart at that time and transport it as basically a bunch of pieces. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do, but I'll think about it because this might be one of the ones I'd like to keep on display. Really cool set. Yeah, I do like the set. All right. And these are going to follow right behind them. That means we will not be using these pieces here like I initially thought. Because these are all going to attach somehow like this. I think they really perfected this ship with this set. I have the original UCS Slave 1, but this one definitely does a lot of things better. Oh, interesting. I did not watch any reviews of this set or comparisons other than the initial intro videos because I want to come into this with an unbiased mind. So I saw like a side-by-side photo comparison, but I did not go into the details. But I would hope that this has much better building techniques because it has 1,000 more pieces for the same thing, like the same scale. So it's interesting to think about where all those 1,000 pieces went. Also, the price went up significantly. I haven't done the math on whether it's more than inflation or less than inflation, but this thing is a lot more challenging to acquire in 2025 compared to the previous version in 2015, at least in my opinion. I feel like these go here. There's probably a brick or something here to. Yeah, like this. Looks like it's gonna be like this. There's actually a sticker here. So let's apply that first. Only 4 subs away. Oh, thank you. I have not checked in a little bit. So it looks like it's very possible that someone's going to walk away with that Camino training facility. It's very possible now. So remember, I said if the channel reaches 1,000 subs and stays there, then the Camino training facility will be in the giveaway. The reason I said that is because I've noticed a lot of my fellow small YouTubers, when they reach 1,000, a bunch of people unsubscribe right away. You want to take a guess who those people are? I'll give you a few seconds to guess if you don't already know. Well, it's other YouTubers who are around the same size. Some of them can be quite petty if they're on the younger side. So whenever one of them reaches 1,000, they all go unsubscribe to them just to make sure that they reach 1,000 first, which I find to be a little bit funny. I know some of those people are in the not necessarily in the audience right now, but they're in my subscriber list. So we'll see what happens when I reach 1,000. but it's all in good fun. I always respect viewers' decisions, and it won't be the first time that this channel has lost subscribers. It'll be okay. And to anyone who is a YouTuber right now watching this live or watching the replay later, keep doing what you're doing. Sometimes you'll lose subscribers, but it's fine. Just keep going. Maybe it's like this. Yeah, then this fits much better actually. And probably one of these is gonna go here. I got like 2K from one viral cat video. Haven't really posted anything since though. Oh, congratulations. So yeah, sometimes you can go viral with a video that really makes the algorithm happy. And the internet is well known for loving cat videos. So maybe I should do that more. Okay, so actually it's not a 1x5, but a 1x3. The reason why I notice is because the colors for here are very slightly different, so I noticed they cannot be the same. If you have one worth a shot, even just a short or something. So I used to have the Lego cat. The video is still up on my channel, and I built that cat without the instructions. That video did not do super well or super terrible. It was about average, but I did not build it live at the time, and at the time the channel was a lot smaller than it is today. Hide your pet in the background of one of your videos drives engagement and gets people to comment. Yeah, at the current moment I do not have any pets. Maybe after I move I might get a pet, so stay tuned for that. So the challenge with this building phase is that I have to do everything behind like this transparent clear piece, which really obstructs things in the 3D view. So I'm kind of like looking through that piece to figure out what goes where. And there might be things that are impossible to view from that angle, in which case I'll have to think of something else. Yeah, the cockpit has got to be annoying to work on. Yeah, I wish that they had done it in a different way, like not the design, but just showing how it was done. Like if these were part of a previous bag, for example, like you build all the interior and you're completely done with it, then you just put the cockpit on top. That would have been easier for me as someone who builds without the instructions. But I'm not the primary audience, so I'm not going to complain about that. Yeah, we're doing a lot here. Yeah, it does fit. But yeah, there's a lot going on right here. And this whole thing presumably attaches to something. I see something I think looks like this. Of course, I'm gonna have to take this apart to fill the stuff in the middle, but I think this is the general idea of what it's supposed to look like. Or perhaps it is, because there's not a lot of these brackets, so this must be here due to symmetry. And these two will go here. Need one more bracket. I just don't see it yet, so. And there's, oh, here it is. I was searching for a smaller piece, but this will do as well. So this needs to go here. think I see a rounded piece. Oh, it's really hard to see what's going on here for sure. But essentially this is going to go somewhere in here. Oops. At some point this piece is going to come into play. It's going to go somewhere around here from what I understand. Well, we can build the chairs because those are easy. So building these seats has the advantage of getting the pieces out of the way and putting them here. This way for sure I will not use these pieces somewhere else where they're not supposed to go. I'm just skipping the ads. We're at 997 subscribers as of right now. Thank you for everyone who subscribed or shared the channel with others to subscribe. I really appreciate that. I'm only 3 subscribers away from somebody taking home this beautiful Camino training facility, limited edition Lego Star Wars gift with purchase. We're there. We're almost there. Yeah, from the box, you can't really see much of the cockpit. You just see the main figures, and then everything else is very desaturated. So this is not going to help too much. This photo here is a better look. You get to have a slightly better understanding of this part, which I'm currently building. But most of this I was able to see in the 3D view anyway, but it's nice to get a confirmation of it. One thing that picture does show more clearly is that there's going to be a large plate that's going to be at the level of those recolored windshield pieces. By that I mean this. Oops. So somewhere on this level, there's going to be a large plate. Probably this one, maybe this one. So it's gonna attach somehow like this. Let's think about this. So it looks like this whole thing is 8 studs wide. This is 6 studs. We saw earlier that this is going to be somewhere around here. So perhaps it is like this. maybe, because then they would appear the same way. Just gonna double check that. Actually, that's not what it shows, so this is not quite right. I'm trying my best to make it as accurate as possible before going into the guessing phase, or just guessing what things are going to be like. I suppose it's time to rotate this to get a better look. Oh, this thing is heavy. And up until now, this part has been very easily removable. There's this stuff here at the back, and it's not held by any studs. So I wonder what that's going to look like. Probably the rest of the cockpit is going to, if Lego is giving us access to this space, it means that the other stuff that we're adding here is very likely going to be removable as well. And now that I see this and I see this piece, I know instinctively that this is going to go like this. So we're going to be able to, there's going to be an assembly, not just this piece on its own, obviously, but we'll be able to remove it like this, and it's not going to be attached with any studs either. And while we're here, we know that these are going to be attached like so. So there's going to be something, like some big assembly, and then we're just going to remove it and add it back. I wish that was its own building phase, because that would have been very easy to build. But I guess that's part of the challenge. But now that we know all this, we know that it has to fit in this space. We know we only need to use these pieces, and we've already built, not the whole thing, but we've built a good portion of it. I think it's doable at this point, even if I don't see every single tiny little detail, but the idea is there. We know the studs are going to be pointing this way because the seats and all the stuff is pointing with the studs in this direction. So we know it's going to go this way and not the other way around. And from there, I think it's not going to be too bad, honestly. We can do it. And the music is paused again. So let's start the playlist from the front, or from the top. After the ads, of course. This is an ad for a particular brand of candy that I'm not going to mention. perhaps unsurprisingly, this is going to attach the same way as the other one. Maybe it's time to take another look at the cockpit. This part I'm pretty confident about. This part, let's take another look. I think I see my mistake. Basically here, it looks like there's an arch, but there is no arch. It's just that this piece is obstructing it. And it just has that silhouette that's very similar to this piece. So I thought it would be like arching over. This allegedly goes here. I don't know how these are attached yet, but let's see, does this work? Yeah, so at least the pins are not obstructed. No, but this would need to be like this for it to make sense. You're at 999. Oh, wow. Gotta take a screenshot of that one. Yeah, so thank you to everyone who subscribed, whether you did that tonight or all the way back in April 2023 or any time in between. Thank you to every single one of you. I think I was the 999th actually. Oh, thank you, Harold Travis. You can say you're part of the. You subscribed to me before I reached 1,000. You're one of the OGs. Yeah, maybe it's worth attaching this and just seeing what happens. I wanted to delay this for as long as possible because I don't want to mess around with this piece, but now I'm starting to wonder, how does this geometry work? Well, we know for sure that this is going to go like this. We also know that these are going to attach like this, and we're going to have, can this go here? Yes. And is this going to fit like so? Oh, actually, can I just plug this in directly here? No gaps? I don't think so. So it looks like in the end, there's only so much you can do before having to attach this all together. And there's supposed to be this piece right here to tile it all off. And I did not mention this, but there's supposed to be stickers that go on either side. This sticker here and this other sticker right here. But I refuse to apply these stickers. I said this when I did the unboxing, but I'd like this piece to remain pristine so I could reuse it for other purposes. Like if I build my own custom spaceship later on. So yeah, now the cockpit is done. And the idea is that we're gonna put it here, and it's gonna be easy to like insert and remove it because it's only held by some studs right here. And really, they nailed the shaping. Yeah, this curve is pretty perfect. And you just do this, and this whole thing comes off in one assembly, just like what you would see with Lego City, Lego Friends, and so on. So whatever we build inside has to fit in here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, and I just realized I'm forgetting these pieces. So now when I put this here, yeah, that gap is less noticeable. Yeah, it's pretty much airtight. I do feel like this assembly being a little bit wiggling too much for my favor. Seeing this video makes me want to get the UCS version. Been waiting for the smaller play scale version. Yeah, so I guess it depends on what you want to do with it. This is basically a giant display item. This is not swooshable. Like, I'm afraid to pick this up. But maybe that's the way I built it. The play version, on the other hand, is going to be around this size, and it's going to have more minifigures, I believe. And it's going to be a lot cheaper. So there's pros and cons to each one. So if you're more of a collector, you want a giant thing on display, then this is the one to get, and you have the money for it. If you just want a play version, then it's going to be a lot smaller and cheaper. And I'm happy that LEGO gives us all these options instead of just giving us one option. like they used to do at the very beginning. So just like with the Millennium Falcon, I think it's the best example. You can get it in polybag form for $5. You can get a play scale version for, I believe, $200. There's a MIDI scale version for display for 100 something dollars. Like it's like this, and I built this one without the instructions last year. And then of course there's the $1,000 Ultimate Collector Series. It's 1,050 Canadian, or I think 850 US. So lots of different options right there. I got the keychain gift of purchase, so I might just wait to choose till the Playscale one comes out. Are you referring to this keychain? This is exclusive to the Ultimate Collector Series set, as far as I know. Yeah, so if there is indeed, oh, you got it secondhand. I see. Day 6 and almost finished W. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so if we do indeed get a place scale version, which may or may not happen, there's rumors on various forums that I'm not going to comment on, and I'd say from what I noticed, about 80%, 80% of those rumors are true. So it's quite possible that we do get a play scale set, but it's also possible that we don't get it this year, we get it next year, or someone thought that they saw a Jango Fett Starship, but in reality they saw something else. But if we do get one this year, it's going to be announced sometime this summer. Just saw it hit 1K. Congrats, mate. Oh, Larry, you're the bearer of good news. Like, I should give you a prize just for you, just for letting me know that we've reached 10K. Not 10K, 1K. But, 1001. All right. So, Larry, you got an additional prize on top of all the regular prizes of the giveaway. I will set that up with you after this live stream is done. I'll see if you have any contact information already on your channel. I'll use that. Otherwise, I will find some way of reaching you. Yeah, I like the bearers of good news. And now, as long as the sub count does not go below 1,000, because of those people that I mentioned earlier, the small YouTubers who want to get there first, this is going to be on the cards for one of the people that commented between day 1 and today. So one of you is going to take this home. And thanks again to every one of the 1,001 subscribers. Got nothing there now. I can put an email in my description, but nothing now. Hold on, let me just check this real quick. I'm gonna try to see if there's a way to do this without having you put your email in a public location, unless you have like a public email that you don't mind people to know about. I want to make sure to protect your privacy. Also, I need to make sure that do not answer in this chat, but when we discuss privately, I need to make sure that you're eligible for a prize, because there's certain legal restrictions on who can or cannot get a prize from me, or from anyone for that fact. I picked up the Venator over the Slave 1. How do you like it? So I've not built the Venator, the giant Venator, without the instructions yet. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to pick it up, because it's quite expensive. It's been a while since it came out, and I know most people are interested in the new stuff over old stuff. So I'm not sure if I'll be picking up the Venator, actually. If the budget is there, then I could make the argument for it, because it looks really cool on display. But yeah, congrats on your purchase. What's your opinion on the turbo tank UT80? So I remember when I was younger, I would see the giant turbo tank in stores, and at that time, I thought it was like the best set ever, and I really wanted to have it, but I was never able to get it at that time. So if we do get a turbo tank, I'll be really happy. I meant, how do you like the Slave one? So far, I like the build, most of it. I don't like the stickers, but most of the build is really amazing. Lots of different building techniques, lots of interesting uh, like angles and colors and geometries and part usages. It's been really great for the most part. And you did not see earlier today when I destroyed it by accident. I did not mean to destroy it, but basically when I was trying to attach this one or the one on the other side, the whole thing fell apart. Not literally, but like so many different small things fell apart from the back, from the bottom, because I was holding it every which way and trying to get like some of those loose pieces out. So I ended up having to rebuild this whole thing. So that was not fun, but the rest of it was cool. All right, Larry, I refreshed your channel page. I still don't see any information, but it might take a while to update. I'll check again in a few minutes. Wait, did you see the message where I put my email? Um, I did not see a message in the chat. And maybe it's because it's filtered due to the very strict filters that YouTube puts on live chat. So you cannot put email, you cannot put phone numbers, and there's a variety of things that you cannot put there. Okay, so I'm guessing that's going to end with .com. I'll just copy this somewhere, put it in Notepad or something, and then you can delete that in a moment. There used to be a function to privately message people on YouTube, but then they removed it because so many people would abuse it. And I really wish that was not the case. I wish people would be more responsible so that you could have these very useful features to communicate with other people on YouTube without having to resort to these tactics. Yeah, I'm just going to save the file just in case my laptop explodes, or not explodes, but in case it dies, it won't go anywhere. All right. Yeah, there was some really creepy people DMing people that they shouldn't be for nefarious reasons. And that's why YouTube had to pull the feature. Otherwise, it would have been a good way to communicate with people for legitimate purposes. But nowadays, there's just so many scammers and people that tell you, oh, you won this thing, you have to send me some Bitcoin to get it. Oh, and by the way, now that I've reached 1,000 subscribers, like I might get more people trying to impersonate me. If anyone claims to be me and tells you send me Bitcoin, just ignore that message, report it as spam. I will never ask you to send me any Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency or ask you to go to some scammy link or anything like that. Have you seen any horror movies? Yes, but not that many. I'm not very much into horror movies. I've seen a few, like Final Destination and one of those, I forgot the name of it, but it's the one with like Halloween and they go to a haunted house. I guess so. There's so many movies that fit that genre. Yeah, so I've seen only a few. Wait, so he didn't send me messages asking for $500 in shipping fees for a free gift? No, I did not send any such message. And if anyone sends you a message like that, report it as spam and delete it, completely ignore it. And same thing with Lego. There are people pretending to be Lego and they say, oh, we're going to send you this Lego set, but you have to pay for the shipping fees. But if you order from lego.com, you will never have to pay any shipping fees. And they actually tried this on me. Like someone was pretending to be UPS and they were sending me messages and saying, hey, your Lego order is delayed at the border or something like that. You need to pay shipping fees. And when I asked them about it, like, no, that's actually a scam. So it's kind of scary how they knew that I was into Lego. I'm kind of bored, so could you recommend me a horror movie? So horror, not quite sure what came out very recently, but I remember that I enjoyed Final Destination, the first few Final Destination movies back when they came out. But there might be something scarier that came out more recently. Rakuten is legit. I have used it myself personally. Yeah, so Rakuten is legit, but it doesn't always work in my personal experience. Like if you click a Rakuten link from a content creator, you want to support them. For me, it works some of the time, and other times it does not work. Like I got the initial $30 bonus, which was active at the time, but then I bought a very large Lego purchase and I got nothing from it. And I sent something to customer service, they never answered me. But I have heard good things about Rakuten from people who use them. So I currently don't have an affiliate link for Rakuten, but um, there are people who do. So if you want to go support them, you can use their links. You've seen Final Destination 1 and 5. Yeah, I like for Final Destination, I have the feeling that the movies get worse and worse as time goes on, and that can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on your preference. I should probably watch the others. I don't know if it's going to allow uh, posting an affiliate link in this chat, but if you can post it on one of your own videos, I think that will be allowed. You might need to have a minimum level of subscribers to be able to post links officially. Yeah, yesterday someone was trying to put something in the chat. I don't know what it was. He kept asking whether I received their message, and I kept saying no. So for whatever reason, YouTube was filtering it out, and I have not seen that message, so I don't know if it should have been filtered or not. But I just know that the chat filters are a lot more strict than they used to be. Again, because people say lots of weird things in chat. Do you have the Obi-Wan Jedi fighter to pair with this day one? And with that, how you store your sets, have cabinets or just open air. So at this point, because I'm going to be moving soon, I'm not at this point, because I'm moving soon, I'll just be packaging this up, and in my new place I might get dedicated display stands. Not quite sure exactly how it's going to be, but that's something I'm currently thinking about. So at the moment I'm not really displaying any sets other than what I build right now in front of you. Then I put it away, but that might change in the future. And I'm planning on moving in about 3 weeks from now, something like that. And of course, it's going to take me time to get set up in the new place and start to get everything ready. And the question about the Obi-Wan Jedi fighter, I believe that I have it, but I'm going to just double check the... Might have been something I picked up from Amazon a while ago. Obi-Wan Jedi Starfighter. Yeah, I think I have 1 or 2 of those lying around. Now that set was supposed to retire a while ago, but then they extended it. And I think that as of today, it is still available, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it is still available even today for $40 Canadian for 282 pieces, but you got some nice minifigures. YouTube music ad. Let's skip that. We're now at 1002. Cool. I think it makes the most sense if we do this. At this point, I'm guessing because it's hard to know for sure, but it looks like the seats are arranged in this way. Quick question, what do you do for a living? Just wondering, as you have quite a lot of Lego builds on your channel. So I currently work as a software developer full-time. I have a day job. I'm not a full-time YouTuber yet. And I spend way too much of my money on Lego builds to try to grow this channel to 1,000 subscribers. And today I finally did it. So once again, thank you all. And my hope is to be able to join the Lego Ambassador Network and be able to get some of these sets early. That is my dream. That would be amazing. I just don't know how they work. I'm not sure if you're referring to the affiliate links or the Lego Ambassador Network. Otherwise, I'd probably start making some videos. I see these of length 5. I'll probably go here, I think. And a lot of these are extra pieces that we're not going to use for sure because there's only one of them. So probably we could just ignore these pieces. we are not too far off. And as a reference, because these seats are pointing this way, these other seats are gonna be basically facing the same direction. And just to match this, because I know each one of these is gonna match with the stuff behind it, it means that this is attached here directly. Maybe not exactly here, maybe it's here, but it's gonna be at this level in order for it to fit. Oops. I have to reverse these. Is this the last bag? You look insanely close. There's actually 3 more bags to go, but they're going to be building some of the exterior details. So there's going to be like this wing on this side and a mirror on the other side. I don't think those are going to take too long. And then there's just the stand, and that would be the last bag. Oh wow, it's midnight 30. I didn't realize that it would be midnight 30 already. So probably I'm gonna finish this bag 20 and leave the other bags for another time, just because it's getting late in my time zone and I have to go to work tomorrow relatively early. But we're almost done here. This feels about right to me, and then here we're gonna add like all of this stuff. So no giveaway today then. I'll try to join in tomorrow then. So if you sent a message in the chat anytime, including today, then it will be considered. I will just take the time to go through all those chats that people sent on day 1, day 2, all the way to day 6 or day 7. And 4 of those are going to be giveaway winners. So 3 of them are going to win one of each: TIE Interceptor, AAT, and Millennium Falcon polybags. And then one lucky winner is going to win the Camino training facility. So this is going to be the grand prize winner now that we've reached 1,000. So I have not done the random selection yet for the giveaway winners. But what I will do is first of all, I'll make the list, then I'll randomly select a winner or a winner candidate, let's say. I'm going to go to that winner candidate's profile and see if they're eligible. So if there's something on their profile that tells me that they're clearly not eligible, for example, if they're living in a place where there's an embargo and I'm legally not capable of sending them anything, then I would have to discard their candidacy and choose another winner candidate. Or if I see on the profile that's obviously someone under 18, then unfortunately I have to ignore that profile and try again with someone else. Once I find a winner who I believe could be eligible, then I'll see if they have contact information on their channel and contact them that way. Otherwise, I'll make some kind of announcement, maybe a YouTube post or something, and just adding them, and I'll figure out a way for them to contact me. Maybe I'll give them a throwaway email or something. And even if people try to spam me on there, it won't matter because I'll get rid of that email afterwards. And Larry, because you brought me the good news about reaching 1,000 subscribers, you will be eligible for the regular prize. So your name is still there for possibly winning one of those 4 prizes. So you're not excluded from that. But on top of that, I'll give you something a little extra just for you. All right, so this essentially this fits. Now it's just a question of filling it up, but it shouldn't be too difficult from this point on. So thanks to you for subscribing and sharing the channel and engaging with the channel. I would not be able to do this without you. I'm thinking actually these seats might be raised by one because I see 3 of these pieces right here. And that would also be consistent with these seats right here. That's thankfully a modification that's very easy to make. So you have one left. It's probably used elsewhere. Okay, I see now that this guess was wrong because I need more space here, so I'll have to push these back. So probably actually push this one forward using this piece. I believe this still goes here. it would make sense for these to go somewhere like this. I'm just going to confirm to see they're not used elsewhere. Actually, it looks like these are done this way. Do people who comment more on the videos have more chance to win? Just wondering, as this is the first video of yours that I've seen. The answer to that is no. So if you comment once, like the comment you just made, or you comment 1,000 times, you have the same chances. The reason for that is I don't want to encourage people to spam the chat and just write 1,000 messages just to increase their chances. Because if I did that, then there will be people like sending characters one by one, and I don't want to have to account for that. So you're fine, you're in, Harold, and you have the same chances as everyone else, as long as you're eligible, of course. If you're not eligible, you have a 0% chance. Okay, this goes here. This probably does not go here because it would obstruct the minifigure. Okay, so basically each one of them gets a screen. Yeah, something like this, and you can swap these pieces around. And just make sure it still fits. Oh, I did this wrong once again. This needs to be on the outside, of course. Oops. And the other piece went down into the abyss. It's going to be quite challenging to find it again. Yeah, let me go hunt for that piece and be back. And usually when I'm building these offline or just doing a regular video, I would hit pause, but because I'm live, I'm not able to do that. Oh, there it is. Now, eventually I want to find a solution to not have things going to Abyss anymore. But since I'll be moving soon, I'll probably have a better solution at the new place, whatever that happens being. So for whatever reason, looping the playlist does not do anything. I always have to start it manually. And skip the ads. You're now at 1,002 subscribers. Thank you to every single one who subscribed. Happy belated May the 4th. Happy May the 4th be with you as well. We are Bricks. Thank you so much for joining us. So I think at some point I'm going to have to make this a bit more stable. Happy Revenge of the 6th. Good one. I'm going to try fitting this again, and now I got these right. So it should fit a lot better. Yeah, fits perfectly. So we just need to have these additional pieces for stability's sake. I'm guessing that we'd have these on top, and that we'd have, if we're using this piece, it means probably we're using these somewhere. I'm not quite sure what would we be attaching here on the backside, so I will just do this for now, just to leave that possibility open. Because at this point it's almost 1 in the morning in my local time zone, and I would like to go rest for a bit. So I'll do this for now. I'm almost sure this is not exactly what it's supposed to be like, but I think this is going to be good enough for tonight. What are your thoughts on these minifigs? So as of now, I only built Jango, and I do like Jango. We have not gotten this guy in quite a while. The printing is very detailed. I like the metallic silver. I like the helmet and the new visor piece. Uses expression and alternative expression. I like the jetpack as well. And he also gets a regular hairpiece for when he is in the spaceship, for example. So I don't have any complaints about the minifigure. I think it's quite nice to get. I do hope that we get him in a microfighter or something, and that he's not going to be exclusive to this set. Just because I want people to be able to get the minifigures that they want without having to pay an arm and a leg for an Ultimate Collector series that only like some adults can afford. Okay, so now I see probably these go down here. Just not have that gap. Jango is elite plus the necessaries, but I'm a little disappointed with Boba's head print and hairpiece being the same as Darth Dove. Sorry for spoilers. Yeah, so sometimes LEGO does not always make the best choices in terms of like which minifigure pieces to use. I have seen the Boba just in the picture, so this was a postcard that they gave at the LEGO store. So I do know that the minifigure is going to look like this. And here's a closer look in black and white. Some people have said that this hair matches his appearance when he was running outside in the rain in episode 2. And that may or may not be true. I have not done that comparison yet because I'm focusing more on the build. But at least some people have an interpretation of why that could be the case. So if I actually remove this piece, I don't know why LEGO would do this, so I'm not sure if this is right, but if I do it this way, then I will have used all the pieces in the bag, and I will have built it pretty much the way it's supposed to be built, I think. Oh no, this is not right. Because then these would not be aligned. I spoke too soon. But I'm off by one plate. So I think it's this plate here that needs to go. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be really great when you get it. So we said that this piece is no longer going to go there. Such that this is here. And in this case, these pieces might be used up there. Okay, so now this can be attached here. And of course it's gonna fit. And this gets attached here. I still don't know where this piece is gonna go. This actually goes here. That's awesome. Mine doesn't let us. Oh, you were able to get the postcards without buying anything. That's interesting. Yeah, I guess some Lego stores are more strict than others. I did buy the set in question, so obviously I was able to get one of these. I don't know if they would have been able to give me multiple, but I did see people getting these for buying other Star Wars stuff and not just the Ultimate Collector series. So maybe if you bought like a Brickheads or something, you might have been able to get this. And now that the event, May the 4th, is over, if they still have them in stock, maybe you can ask again if they have any extras and they might give you one. All right, so we're almost done here. We just have to figure out some minor details of how to attach this here. Well, there's this minor gap to take care of. I'm sure this piece has something to do with it. If it's like a consistent gap all the way across. No. Try to see if there's any extra pieces that I could use here from previous building phases. I have this, which is close enough. This is I also have this. Okay, I guess for me this is close enough because I just want to wrap it up at this point. Some people are purists and they think that this is a major sin, but for me, if you get some of the minor details wrong in the interior build, it's not a big deal for me. As long as the the main idea of the build is fulfilled. So yeah, this is not officially the way to do it, but it's close enough in my opinion. Yeah, so with that, we can say that we have built bag 20, which gives us this cockpit that is removable, as well as the big windshield. And earlier on in bag 20, we also built the very back of the Starship as it is lying down. So we built this one and this one, these turrets right here, and some stuff at the back. Not very major, to be honest. So we just plug this in here, and if I did this right, or right enough, then this should fit here on top. And it does fit, so that's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So now, as promised, I will show you the Boba Fett, or the Jango Fett, sorry, Starship from all angles. I'll try to lift it in a way where it does not break, because it's unfortunately very fragile, at least the way I built it. So here it is. I can already feel stuff like starting to break off. Here's what it looks like from the underside. I feel like this is going to be a lot easier to do once we have the stand. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, I saw a review of it once and they were swinging it all around, guessing it's just an issue with the interior. Okay, so I do admit maybe I got some of the interior details wrong, and maybe it's more stable, but it is heavy, so this is not a playset. Like, lifting this takes effort, or maybe I'm just weak. I need to hit the gym a lot more. But it's not something that I can see like, oh, I'm just gonna grab it and swoosh it with one hand. Like, whoa, this is very difficult to swoosh around. Like, there were some larger spaceships from Lego Classic Space, like the Galaxy Explorer, I believe, and even the Renegade, the Blacktron Renegade from January of this year. I was able to swoosh that around. That was like $100 set. This is a $400 set with a lot more plastic. So yeah, this is not a playset, and they're not marketing it as a playset. It's much more for display purposes. The UCS from last year, the TIE Interceptor, that one had like a big ball with like lots of wings around it, and that one, I think you could swoosh it with one hand, but it would be very uncomfortable. With this, it's basically impossible. Like, you'd have to do this and like do swoosh. Like, it's very uncomfortable to do. And yeah, I could feel, yeah, this is already starting to pop off. So let's not do that. Okay, so I think let's call it a night for now. It's been great to be with you all, especially tonight with the milestone 1,000 subscribers. This is the first time that I've had a YouTube channel get to this milestone. So thank you to each and every one of you, no matter when you subscribed, whether it was today, yesterday, or all the way back in April 2023. Thank you again so much. I would not have been able to do this without you. Stay tuned for more details on the giveaway. So I do plan on continuing this build and finishing this build tomorrow, or I guess today, depending on your time zone. But basically, next time it's evening for me on May 7. So thanks everyone for tuning in once again, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, bye everyone.